Vickie Dawson learned her love of plants and of critters from a German governess, and now she plies those trades at her garden in Camden, South Carolina. Vickie, it is a joy for us to be here with you, and your garden I was interested in because you specialize in hydrangeas, but not just the mop heads. Tell me about these beautiful hydrangeas that are blooming right now in the dead heat of summer.
Oh, the paniculatas are terribly, terribly reliable, as you know, and they are much more hardy than the macrophyllums. And I love them because you can preserve them, you have color when nothing else is blooming. Long since the macrophyllums have gone. And now you've got this beautiful color that changes, and you get pinks and greens and whites, and you can dry them. They're wonderful.
And one thing that I like is some people are so afraid of cutting their hydrangeas when to prune, but these, you need to be aggressive with the pruners. Tell us about that.
You cut them way back in February every year. Way back. I cut them back to 2 buds on the current growth, of this year's growth. And you can take all of those cuttings, stick them in the ground, and that's where all of these hydrangeas have come from. Because I normally only buy 1 of everything.
And in addition to having this wonderful color and beauty in August, you've also developed parts of your garden which gets a lot of shade to have glowing plants. So tell me about some of the love you have for plants that have different colors of foliage.
Oh, I love the blues and the greens and the yellows. The light green, the chartreuse, I use the enoki cypress that has a lot of chartreuse green. The blues, the Carolina sapphire is hard to beat. It does make a very large bush, shrub, and so will the enokis. We have some enokis here that I think you'll see. They are wonderful. Then they come in all shapes and sizes. The one I have here that has done so well is a cultivar called Cripsey, and it's an English cultivar.
And you said it started off very small.
Very small, and I bought 3 of them. And little guys, because they were very expensive. And when they got to be about this tall, a branch broke, and I discovered that I could root them.
Ah.
So I gave some to my son that are at his house in Atlanta. I planted more in that corner, more up where the chickens are. And I just thoroughly enjoyed them because they light up the world.
You've really been a frugal gardener, and this grass that you're growing, or in the grass family, you say multiplies and multiplies. Tell me about this wonderful Acorus.
This Acorus is, you can't beat it. Acorus comes in many forms. This is the large form. It's Acorus gramineus ogon, and it is an evergreen grass you do not have to touch. That's the beauty of it. You don't have an ugly mound of something in the winter. You have beautiful grass. You don't have to worry about it. It lights up the world in the winter because you have this bright yellow. And it will hide very carefully underneath things for the summer that are deciduous and give it shade, and then be very happy out in the winter sun.
And you found that with water, if its roots are in water, you can have it in full sun, but can you use it in a shadier area?
You can use it in a shady area if you water it. And it will grow bare root. All these are growing bare root, and they help to clean the water for the koi. They take the nitrates out of the water.
And so because the fish that you have here certainly look very healthy.
Well, they are, except we've had a raccoon digging in the ponds, muddying them up. He thinks they look very healthy.
And when we arrived today, I was so amazed. I said, surely that can't be impatiens because we're having this mildew problem and we can't have impatiens. And you have a great story to tell about those.
They're back. This place used to be the impatiens capital of the world. I would swing blade them. They got to be 3 feet tall at the end of the year. In that bed, in all these beds, in all these rocks, all around, all up underneath the shrubbery, all impatiens. 2-3 years ago, zip, I'm watching them implode. And I said, what is this? So I went online and I went and talked to some of the local nursery people. Powdery mildew, downy mildew, virus, nobody knew. I said, uh-oh. Well, impatiens seed will stay dormant for a long time. And I had no impatiens here for 2 years. But I got scratching around late this winter and drew some leaves back, and especially in the cracks around the ponds and out front, and up they came from dormant seed.
And I don't know how many years it'll last, but it certainly is beautiful
I'm
this
enjoying
year.
it while it lasts.
I think you should. And of course, you and I met at a poultry show, And I was just so amazed at the beauty of the type of chicken that you had. And so tell us about these remarkable, beautiful, beautiful birds.
I raise Buff Orpingtons. That's an English breed. Now, I do have Belgium imports that have been crossed into American lines. So we got a lot of hybrid vigor. And they're a giant gold chicken that was bred to be a very good layer. And then when it got to be 4 to 5 years old and it wasn't laying enough anymore, it would feed 6 for Sunday dinner.
They're huge.
They're very large. My cockbirds will go 15 pounds and the hens will go 9 or 10 to 11 pounds, some of them.
And this is an heritage breed, and you are interested in improving the breed.
Right.
So tell me how you do that.
I show and I selectively breed. I haven't brought much new blood in because I did an outcross. I haven't brought any new blood in. But I developed 3 or 4 lines within my lines.
Vickie, I understand you're leaving this garden for a new place in the country, and I hope that someone will come who will love this garden like you have. And I wonder if perhaps in a couple of years we can come and see what beauty you create under the pine trees.
I want you to come and see it because right now it is all pine trees. And it's going to be fun lighting up the woods with some interesting color.
And I hope the chickens are very happy in their new home.
I think they will be. Their chicken palace is almost ready.
Well, thank you again for this wonderful visit today.
Anytime.